Mokhtar, one of the big issues we talk about on the CISO series is twofold. One, we talk about identities and we talk about data. You're taking sort of the privileged approach that we've done for humans and for identities down to the data level. Can you explain?
What we do at Formal is we effectively build a proxy that sits between identities, and identities could be AI agents, users, human users, machine services, and data stores. And by taking that approach, Formal is able to effectively have deep packet level inspections and understand exactly which kind of data are flowing between those identities and those data stores and infrastructure. We are able to tell security teams who's making the call, what kind of data were requested, either PI or sensitive data or customers' data involved in each of those flow of data.
Let me pause you. How are you making those decisions?
The Formal product, right, is a reverse proxy. And this reverse proxy embeds an open source policy engine called Open Policy Agent. And so security teams can simply define policies in the primary language of OPA called Rego. And they can create policies that, for example, will automatically redact PA data for users that are part of the marketing team in the US if it's customers' data from like European customers. And so they just define those policies as code directly on the Formal platform, and then the proxy will be able to identify those data and effectively bring fine-grained, contextual-aware data access least privilege policies.
AI is allowing us to identify the sort of sensitive or non-sensitive nature of data, given, like what you described, policies around it. You don't have to specifically see and identify one, but if you say personally identifiable information out of Europe, that's information that AI can sort of dig out. Am I following sort of how you're able to discover this? Because this is what we've been seeing from a lot of AI companies.
Yeah, 100%. So what's interesting with Formal, right, is we are leveraging AI ourselves, right, to help make the right call on like who has access to which kind of data. But at the same time, we are also helping customers secure AI, right? And so imagine having AI agents, right, that are trying to leverage the model context protocol or like MCP servers. Formal can effectively be able to know what's going in and out of those AI agents. And today they're like a black box, right? And Formal give visibility to security teams in doing that.
Have you been able to sort of calculate like the massive risk reduction of stopping data before it even enters the environment?
Yeah, 100%. Like the Formal approach has always been to try to sit as close as possible from the data of the customers as being like sitting like next to the crown jewels, right, of the customer. So the database, the data lake, and effectively acting as this identity access layer that makes sure that identities, whether they are human or machines, only have access to the data that they need to do the job that they need for the time that they need. And so by doing that, we effectively limitate the proliferations of data in the environment by being as close as possible of the source of where the data is generated. And I think that's a key differentiator of the Formal approach compared to other data security products that you could see on the market.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you about Formal that you're like, oh, people really need to know this, what we're doing?
That our product is made for engineers first. So we really love security engineering teams, and you can see it with the customers we have today. So today we are incredibly proud to support companies like Notion or Ramp or Gusto. And we believe that this engineering first approach to security is the present for those companies, but I think it's also the future.
If you want to get Formal in your environment, and maybe you're working on an engineering team and you would like to deploy this so you could actually, well, secure by design, get your data under control. Check out what they're doing over there at Formal. Just go to their website. It's right here, joinformal.com. Go there and request a demo.